Growing Towards God podcast. Here on Growing Towards God, we talk about ways to grow spiritually and hear how God has been working in people's lives. My name is Virginia, and I'm so excited that you're here today. Thank you for listening, so now let's get to the good stuff. And I don't know how to explain it to people.
Well, yeah.
But you get it. But
yeah, no, I get it. I get the vibe.
Yeah.
Girl, I get
it's
it.
like visiting an old place that you haven't been to in forever.
Yes.
The first time that I saw campus again, I was like,
whoa.
I cried a lot, and I don't know why. I'm a cry person. That's just
I feel that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was like, I forget what I was. Oh, I was driving. I was moving. It was the first time I had come to visit Sasha in the apartment, and yeah, I just saw campus again, and I was like, oh my gosh, I miss this place. First of all, I miss this place. Second of all, I'm a different person than who I was when I left this place.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm just so grateful for how I have changed and how God has come through for me.
Yes.
And just being in a different emotional state than I was when I was before here
for sure.
last time. And so that was really cool to see how God had been so faithful to me.
Yeah, no, I definitely relate to you on coming back as a different person.
Yeah.
They're not kidding when they say it's life-changing, because you really do change in a lot of ways. Yeah. Whether you realize it or not in the moment, when you come back to, familiar places, it really is, I came back specifically for me on campus. I was like, whoa. It's I think her name was Corinne Bailey for Put Your Records On. Girl, put your records on. That song, okay. You know what I mean? And she has a line in there, if I remember correctly, it's not going to be verbatim, but basically along the lines of, isn't it funny how, things stay the same, when you're away, I'm totally butchering that line right now. Don't come after me, okay? I don't have the lyrics in front of me right now. But, basically, and, along the lines of, how, if you're coming back to, a familiar place, how things have maybe, changed, or, vice versa, how things have stayed the same.
Yeah.
But, you yourself may be different, you know what I mean? And I totally relate to that, because, just walking along campus, and especially being back for going into our third month on campus now, which is crazy.
Whoa.
We put it that, not ready for that. What? No, thank you. Anywho, it's just crazy because there's some things I'm wow, this feels foreign to me a little bit, and even just talking to certain people, I'm wow, I have really grown in my perspective of things in a good way. You know what I mean? And how God has changed and revealed things to me, from being abroad and over the summer and stuff. It's just not that my relationships with certain people are necessarily different, but it's just the way I maybe will approach certain things, or maybe just certain things people may do. I'm yeah, I'm good, because you just realize, wow, I don't find a huge value or interest in that anymore. Because it's a part of your old self, has died in a way. Not to be morbid or anything, but
but that's true. I mean? That's biblical. That's what Paul says.
Yeah, for sure. So, I definitely relate to the whole different person. And seeing the ways that you have grown, whether you realize it at first or not, it's oh wow, I am a completely different person, compared to a year ago, and it's really cool to see that growth. You know what I mean? Because in the moment you don't notice it, but after reflecting upon it, you're wow, that happened. So this, I went through a period of growth, in that span of time, which is crazy. 6 months, 8 months, at least if you're, going from going back from campus and stuff, you know, but.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say, the changing thing, because I was just talking to someone, I forget who it was, one time, this summer, and I was yeah, I've changed, but, I didn't, really feel like it, I didn't, like, in Ireland, I wasn't like, yes, I'm a new person. Haha. Like, that was not
Like,
how
bro.
it went. Yeah, no, not at all. Like,
Yeah.
I was, like, doing things that, like, maybe I didn't normally do, but I wasn't
Right.
like, okay, this isn't, like, out of the norm, like, crazy for me.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
yeah, I was just kind of telling that to someone, and she was like, yeah, you only see your reflection in still, not running water.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like,
repeat that for the audience.
you can only see your reflection in still water, not running water.
I hope y'all listen to that, because that is wow.
So, like, when you're doing a bunch of things, like, you know, moving around a lot, actively, like, growing, like, it doesn't feel like it, but it's only when you pause and you're, like, stopping that you can really see how much you have changed.
That's wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. When she said that to me, I was like, what?
Like,
I was like, that's exactly what I'm feeling. Like,
for real.
Yeah.
I think you just summed it up for all the study abroad people out here. Because, like, I feel like, you know, it's so funny because we had conversations, like, briefly about this before. And we've had some, like, deep ones here and there. But I definitely feel like there are certain things some of my friends who haven't been abroad can't relate to.
Yeah.
Or there's just something about it where, like, either just certain aspects of missing abroad or certain things that you have changed while being abroad. And, you know, I try to relate that to some of my friends, and they kind of get it, quote unquote, but they don't get it. You know what I mean? And so, like, it's like you try to explain it, but then, like, you just know, like, you can't really talk about it with them anymore.
That's not their fault, you know, obviously.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm not faulting them for that.
No, for sure.
But it's just, like, you know, they can't relate the same way. Yeah. So, like, I definitely can relate with you on certain things from being abroad, especially the fact that we went together at the same time. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was just so cool. I was like, oh, okay, like, I have a friend on my side of the world. Yeah. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, in the sort of same time.
Yeah, I mean, we were
like an hour apart, I think.
You were 2 hours ahead of me.
Oh, yeah, 2. Yeah, that's right. Because Ireland's 5.
Oh,
so I was 2 behind you.
Yes, that's right. I'm like, you're ahead of me. No, I was ahead of you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the 2 hour time difference. That's right.
That's better than 7.
That's a heck of a lot better than 7. Definitely a lot easier to manage. But yeah, no, that whole thing is just like there are certain things that, like, you know, we can relate to each other, and I think honestly, in a way, the way that God planned that out, it was a blessing that both of us did that, because honestly, like, if I didn't have anybody from, like, that could really understand me, like some of my friends, like, what I went through and stuff, like, honestly, I think I'd be, well, I like to say I'm going through a transition this semester, which I feel like you might be as well a little bit. You know, and there's definitely been some struggles coming back here, like, just from being abroad, and, you know, there's been some highs and lows, you know, we're keeping it real, you know, and of course, like, throughout the semester's junior year, and it's crazy, right? But, like, it's just, like, assimilating back into, like, this culture and lifestyle and other things, and, you know, it's been rough a few times, and I feel like you are, like, one of the few people I can talk to about it that, like, really understand, like, that transition going through, because we went through it at the same time, and I think that was a blessing in disguise, because
now that you
we
say
have
that,
each other, you know what I mean, and you know, we could, like, talk to each other about that, and then, like, other people who go abroad, you know, like, we could be people, like, you know, like a little study abroad gang, you know what I mean, like a little study abroad group, you know, we could talk about it, therapy,
support.
No, therapy support, you know, it's all good, we get the vibes, you know.
Like, now that you say that, that's so true. I didn't even realize that, like, obviously we went abroad at the same time, but you're so right that was totally a blessing from God. And, like, you literally inspired me to go abroad.
Wait, stop!
Yeah, because I remember being in, it was, like, the game night that we did at, like, the beginning of the semester in Helen and Sasha's dorm. And you were like, guys, like, I'm going abroad. And I was like, what? That's crazy. You're going sophomore year? Like, what?
Right, like, sophomore year.
Yeah, and I was like,
who is this girl?
No, I was like, okay, that's classic Chynna, you know, like, getting it all together, you gotta figure it out.
Girl, I try.
Yeah, but I was like, wait, like, I do want to go abroad, but, and I was figuring out stuff for, like, junior year housing, and, like, I was like, I don't know what to do, like, I do want to go, and, like, maybe this is the time for me to go. So then I, like, looked into it, and, like, the Lord just opened doors, man.
Oh, for sure.
And so, yeah.
Wow.
Did I have I told you that before?
No. So I
didn't.
Inspired you to go?
Yeah.
Wait,
you, like, put that in motion. Because, like, if no one had said, like, oh, I'm going abroad next semester, I would have just thought that, like, you have to go junior year, like, that,
Right.
you know.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because when I was looking at the time to like study abroad, I found out you have to complete at least 1 year of college, like whatever school.
Oh.
So if you wanted to go like fall semester of your sophomore year, you could.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was like a little bit
Yeah.
too early, a little too premature for me to go yet, especially just still like getting acclimated into like UMass,
Yeah.
as like a campus university and the classes and stuff. So I was like, you know what, why not go fall semester sophomore year? Like junior, senior year, well, senior year gets a little crazy, but junior year there's also a lot of stuff going on, and I'm like, yeah, like I could really enjoy myself. I'm still in the quote unquote easier semesters of like, my time at college. So I was like, yeah, let's go for it. And I also took in consideration too, because I also realized most of my friends were going to go their junior year. So, I wouldn't be able to see certain people for about like a year or something. But that is so sweet. Like that I inspired you to do that.
Yeah, like you just put the wheels in motion, and I wouldn't have thought about it. Like,
wow.
like I knew that study abroad was something that I wanted to do,
right.
but I'd never actually put thought into like when that would be in my college career.
So yeah.
And so,
or like what's possible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
the,
why not go
the
sophomore
options.
year?
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, I owe my study abroad experience to Chynna.
Stop!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It is. It's crazy.
Because I didn't even realize I had that.
I didn't tell you that.
No.
I haven't told you that before. That's crazy.
Okay, well that's incredible. We're telling each other.
Yeah,
That's so cool. You know what's so funny though? I have tons of friends that are looking to go to Cyprus, so I think I started a Cyprus trend. I have one over there now.
That makes sense.
I have a few like going next spring. Like China and Cyprus. Like I started a whole new trend, y'all.
Yeah,
but don't oversaturate Cyprus. Like
yeah. Keep it good.
Right, keep it hidden.
Yeah.
Y'all that know,
Exactly.
keep it real.
Yeah.
Wow. So cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, cool. That just like made my entire day.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Good. What is your biggest life takeaway? Or like change, something that has stuck with you?
Yeah. Oh, wow. We're getting all the good questions today. Yeah, I think one of my biggest life takeaways, there's definitely a couple, but one of the main up there is to stay patient, and always keep the faith, right? Like, and that could be easier said than done, but it's so true, because listen, like, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good.
Amen.
And,
Amen.
right, like, again, like, He has a plan for all of us, Jeremiah 29:11, and, as I mentioned earlier, like, I didn't understand at that time, when I was initially due to go abroad, right, like, back in high school, I didn't really know the plan God had for my life, and what was going to happen with that, and, but I just trusted Him. I was like, you know what? When the timing is right, like, God, the timing is right for me. You'll make it happen, one way, in one shape, form, or another. And He just blessed me with a greater experience than I could ever imagine. Honestly, better than the 1 week Spain trip I was going to do junior year. Yeah. So honestly, like, so much better. And yeah, there's just like, the biggest takeaway is just like trusting God with your plan, with His plan for your life. Because honestly, what we may think is like good for us, like God has even something better for us than we can even fathom. So yeah, I said like another big one is to stop saying tomorrow. Right? Like, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it next week, or whatever, right? Because, like, today is your tomorrow, right? And, nothing will change, like, in your life is if you, like, all you do is think about what you, like, need to do, like, in the future, right? Like, take the initiative today. There are certain times, like, abroad, I was like, why I'm going to wait for tomorrow? Like, let me do it today. You know what I mean? Or just little things in your life. You know what I mean? Like, just go for it today. Stop saying, wait, I'll do it, like, in a week. a month, a year, like, you know, or I'll get around to it. Like, no, stop doing that to yourself and take initiative and like whatever it is that maybe you're saying that to. Like maybe it's like a passion, maybe like a podcast, right? Like a podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, maybe if it's like putting together a club or something, or I don't know, if there's like some like event you want to like put on, maybe like for campus or whatever, like go for it, you know what I mean? Like stop holding it off, like, you know, and I think that could be you know, that could apply to anything in life, right? Like stop saying tomorrow, like today is your tomorrow, like go for it today, you know, pursue it, you know, have faith and Lord will make it work, and you know, just go for it. That's another big takeaway for sure. And like, of course, the last big one is to always like stay humble and grateful for all that you do, you know, because listen, tomorrow is not guaranteed, right? And, you know, I think it's important, like, just to take a moment, like, just a little moment of gratitude for, like, just, like, your life. The fact that you're even breathing, okay? Like, you know, it's like, I mean, the fact that you're breathing, like, just, like, the little things, like, there's so many little things that we can take for granted, and, you know, in whatever you do, like, whatever your career is, like, your passions and stuff, like, stay humble, and, like, you know, thank God for it, you know what I mean? Because, listen, it can be taken away like that, you know what I mean? And anything could happen, so just be, you know, stay humble and, you know, grateful in all that you do, and just keep your faith in the Lord, and He will provide a way, because He is good, y'all. He is good. Amen. So
that's so good.
I mean, again, there's so many, but I think those are my top 3.
Okay.
How about you, love?
Mine are more like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think one of my top ones is that, like, your life is meant to be enjoyed. And not in, like, a, like, worldly way enjoyed, but, like, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then, like, you're doing something wrong. Like, not everything is going to be fun and, like, easy, you know, and that's not what I'm saying, but, like, there should be something. Like, why are you doing something if you don't actually love it?
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, you should be passionate about something, so, like, go and do it.
Exactly.
You know? Enjoy your life and have fun, because why be sad?
Right. Like, why are we going to be sad?
Yeah. And,
for
like,
real.
I think I was like, I need to be doing something all the time, like, focused on, like, my future. And it's like, you need to focus on right now.
Yeah,
you know?
like, be in the present moment, you know, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future, so why are we going to worry about it twice?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
that's a good way, worrying about it twice.
Yeah. I got you, girl.
I
understand.
Yeah, and I think my other one is just to, like, be open to new adventures and, like, chill and take things easy.
For sure.
And, like, things are going to work out.
Yeah.
And if past me was hearing me say these things, I'd be like, what is she on?
No, but like, are you okay?
Yeah. But, like, no, this is, like, is so important for me, because I just was so focused on, like, everything that I had to do, and, like, you need to measure up, you need to have everything together. Right. And, like, that, it was such a trap that I was just living in. Yeah. And I feel like God, like, broke me out of that, and has given me a new sense of, like, purpose and, like, enjoyment in my life. Is, like, you're supposed to be happy. Like, you're not made to be sad and upset all the time.
I hope not.
You know, like,
that takes a lot of energy.
It does. It does. It's draining, and it drains other people around you.
For sure.
And so, like, be someone that enjoys life and is happy.
Absolutely.
You know, and, like, your life's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows.
That is true.
You know, but I think if you come at things with a perspective of, like, it's going to be okay, it's going to work out, like, God's got me, then I feel like you're more able to enjoy things and see the light at the end of the tunnel.
You get through the hard times in a different way. It, like, it affects you differently in how you go about things and your perspective on life. Okay, queen. All right, girl. We're feeling the vibes. We understand the assignment.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, This was so much fun.
Girl,
we had
thank
a
you
blast.
for having me. Oh my gosh. This was incredible. I had so much fun doing this.
Yeah.
Can we do it again?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You can be on another episode.
Like,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
So much fun. Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm so glad that we got to actually sit down and talk for a
real.
while.
Yeah.
Like, we've been putting this off.
Yeah, like, this is like our, like, honorary girl talk.
Yes. And everyone else gets to listen in.
Exactly.
For this one time.
Exactly.
One time only. But yeah, thank you for sharing all about your time abroad and, like, how the Lord just worked in you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just so excited to continue, like, hearing more and, yeah, hear about, like, other people's experiences abroad, too, on this series.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, if you want to follow Chynna and keep up with her life, you can follow her at...
Oh, yes. Follow me at chynna.jacobs on Instagram. Or if you need some curly hair tips, I have another account at Curls for Life for all your curly hair needs. But yeah, so follow me.
She's such an influencer. Go follow her. Go follow her.
Micro-influencer. But hey,
Yeah,
you know,
creator.
Creator.
I like that.
That's
better.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You're a very creative person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, bye. Yeah.
You're like, yes, I
That's
am.
me.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. So, you know, keep the adventure going.
Yes.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. So much fun.
Okay, well, go follow Chynna. DM me on Instagram if you have any questions.
Oh, for sure.
And yeah, we would love to hear from you guys, but I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Yeah. So stay tuned for next time.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you took something meaningful away from this discussion and know that God loves you so much and desires a personal relationship with you. If you'd like to stay up to date with episodes, follow me on Instagram at Growing Towards God Pod and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. Before I go, I'd like you to take this benediction into your life and let the Lord's goodness empower you today. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Have a great rest of your day and catch you next time on the Growing Towards God podcast.